Sam Smith just proved they sold their soul to the devil?
Sam Smith's Grammy performance has been labeled as, quote, demonic. Had what looked to be like some kind of ritual circle.
Sam Smith belongs in hell! You demonic, twisted, sick fucker! You sick motherfucker, Sam Smith!
Do you think Sam Smith's really like praying to the devil?
Sam Smith has pissed off a lot of people. They have been forcing themselves onto us and pushing evil symbolism in their art, like channeling the devil in their performance and showing off clear signs of Satanism. So let's get into it. If you aren't subscribed to the Let's Get Into It podcast, then you're only getting half the tea. For longer videos, deep dives, and of course, more of me, subscribe to the Let's Get Into It podcast listed in the description below. I think it's safe to say we're all familiar with evil within the entertainment industry. Whether it's the Illuminati or signs of Satanism, they really aren't trying to hide it anymore. And that's why today I wanted to talk about the conspiracy that Sam Smith may be trying to display some signs of like satanic worship. Now, I don't play when it comes to the devil because I am over here as a Christian. I feel very safe in that, and I don't want to mess around with any of the dark spirits. But there have been moments in Sam Smith's career, more recent moments, where it seems like he is teetering on the dark side. I mean, let's talk about his 2023 Grammy performance, where some people felt like he was performing a ritual. The performance featured Sam Smith emerging from flames and wearing a devil horned top hat. Of course, all the good Christians at home saw this and they were so offended by his performance, and they had their thoughts. Like, what is this pop star doing out here with these flames? Like, essentially bringing hell to the stage and everyone's home. I mean, you can see right off the bat, it is very chaotic. Now, this is Kim Petras, who's featured in his song Unholy, which is already fitting. So you can see that Kim Petras is here featured in a cage. There are some devil horned dancers around performing. We've got the flames of hell. And I mean, right here, it kind of seems like the theme fits with this. Ooh, Sam Smith sounds a little different than on the track. Oh, and there he is with his little pitchfork. And there you can see the hat, that devil hat. So, of course, because of this performance, Sam Smith has some accusations floating around that he performed a satanic ritual. A lot of people felt that his performance had demonic undertones, with the fire lining the stage and Sam wearing his horns. Now, we've seen other artists play with this narrative before, like Lil Nas X and his Montero, like Satan thing. We've got Doja Cat, who's done a whole album about being a demon. So really, he's just doing what the other pop stars have been doing, and this song is supposed to talk about sinful nature, which is kind of why they're justifying this evil performance. Now, the people on Reddit are going off. This person wrote, "Rituals are done in magic circles. What you saw last night from Illuminati slave Sam Smith was a satanic ritual." And what they're alluding to is this circle right here. You guys can see this is where I guess the magic ritual would have been taking place.
Sam Smith's Grammy performance has been labeled as, quote, demonic. So last night, Sam Smith performed his song Unholy at the Grammys. During the performance, Sam was dressed like the devil, had what looked to be like some kind of ritual circle, and the performance had lots of fire and women in cages. Now, because of all of this, many people who saw the performance have labeled it as demonic and even blasphemous. A lot of people have even referred to it as some kind of Illuminati ritual.
A blogger named Matt Walsh was quoted saying, "It's not surprising to see a satanic ritual at the Grammys. Satanism is the worship of self. Much of modern pop music is satanic in this sense. Leftism is Satanism." Okay, now they're taking another direction. The only change is that now they're being more explicit about it. And actually, that is true. The basis of Satanism is self-worship, about, presenting yourself as a god. Very Kanye West coded. One person wrote, "Sam Smith's satanic performance at the Grammys ended with a Pfizer commercial, I guess for the vaccine. You can't get it more on the nose than that. Pfizer and Hollywood deserve each other." I don't know. That's above my pay grade right here. And that's the hard part about covering these things that are very real in Hollywood, is that they can get, confused and complicated with other issues. This person wrote, "Don't fight the culture wars," they say. Meanwhile, demons are teaching your kids to worship Satan. Another person wrote, "The elite in our society are fully in line with the ideology of satanic fealty expressed by Sam Smith and Kim Petras." And you have to say, I mean, some of these people are acting a little ridiculous, but if there is like a cult or a religion or a group who wants to take power, I mean, music is a great way to do it. Everyone's listening to it, everyone's watching it, so it's a good way to get your subtle messages through.
Sam Smith did like Latch with Disclosure, one of the best songs ever.
He's a gun. He's a great
They're
singer.
a gun. He posted this photo of like the Grammys because he DJ'd the after party, and Sam Smith up on the dance floor with a durry.
Good on him.
just like the campus photo, like being real pouty.
Sam looks like a lot of fun.
Shapiro's not happy.
Well, I don't know what he's blowing up about.
Well, I do. The devil.
But the
devil.
Do you think Sam Smith's really like praying to the devil?
No, but I do like the conspiracies, if you will. Super Bowl halftime, Grammy Awards. There's always a conspiracy that there's like devil worship kind of slipped into the performance. This year wasn't that subtle. Sam Smith was literally dressed as the devil.
Now, he's got a point. Every time there's a big performance, there's some conspiracy theorists out there trying to make a big deal out of it. But this was a little bit different. I mean, TMZ reported that they obtained 18 complaints filed with the Federal Communications Commission following the event. Some complaints compared the performance to devil worship, with one person saying they were going to cancel their TV service. Okay, go ahead and do it. One person went as far as to say that this performance had the potential to increase violence against Christians. I mean, honestly, do you need to cancel your TV? I'm like stuck on that. Can't you just change the channel? One person wrote, "The performance of Sam Smith had people being whipped and in a cage. My 15-year-old son, who is an aspiring musician, was traumatized by it." Now, because this is Sam Smith and Kim Petras, some people have tried to make this an LGBT issue, which I don't subscribe to that. I don't think that like Satanism is wrapped up in LGBT. There are plenty of LGBT members who are also Christian. But really, Sam Smith and Kim Petras clearly achieved their goals with this performance. It generated a huge publicity scandal, and no doubt their following count went up because people were talking about them. A lot of people who never heard of, Kim Petras before saw her in this performance. I mean, if you do look at Sam Smith from the beginning of his career to now, you do notice a difference. I mean, here's a throwback clip of Sam.
"If you don't believe that the devil runs the music industry and that selling your soul for fame and success is a thing, then explain this."
Now here's a reminder of what his Grammy performance looked like. So clearly there's been a shift within Sam Smith. And while the song that Sam and Kim worked on was very catchy, I believe it won a Grammy, it created a lot of issues because the LGBT community did not want to be associated with this performance because it's just making everyone look bad. And it's bad when the news cycle starts to pick it up and we've got these like political commentators giving their opinions.
They, as Smith now prefers to be called, identified as Satan. The performance riled many viewers, especially amongst the American Christian fraternity, which are 210 million. Sam Smith pushing artistic boundaries or just pushing the limits of good taste. Shocking for the sake of it, outraging because why not? What they did last night was a deliberate act of provocation to a group of people who represent nearly 2/3 of America. And I find that an interesting strategic decision. This is somebody who wants to sell records in America. It's a risky strategy to take on that number of Christians and mock their religion in that way.
Now, I do think it's a little unfair to say it's an attack on Christianity. They didn't I didn't see any upside down crosses or burning of the stakes. So I don't know if it's a direct call to Christianity. I feel like just trying to step out. If you we see religious performances all the time. It's not like they're trying to attack Satanism or other religions. So I don't know. I think there's definitely, they're pulling out a little bit of strings there. But really, Sam Smith can't seem to catch a break. People just do not like him. They liked the old Sam Smith, but he recently did a photo shoot, and it's about Sam kind of expressing himself and his body. I don't know if we're gonna have to censor some of this clip, but this photo shoot on top of the performance just had people wanting Sam Smith to go away.
Sam Smith has addressed those who have called out their newest music video for vulgarity and oversight. sexualization. This past weekend, the singer released the music video for their song I'm Not Here to Make Friends. The visuals were shot in King Henry VIII's castle and featured cabaret ensembles and provocatively dressed dancers. The internet quickly commented on the risque nature of the video, with some conservative commentators calling the video degrading and rallying for an age restriction to be placed on the video. However, many defended Smith, pointing out the underlying elements of homophobia and body fascism linked to the criticism. The singer spoke about the controversy on the Graham Norton show, saying nothing lewd actually happened and, quote, weirder things have happened in that castle. They also posted a photo from the video on Twitter, along with the caption, never too much.
Now, I do believe Sam goes by they, them, so I apologize if I have misrepresented their pronouns throughout this video. I'm like getting hot over here. I'm like, oh no. Okay, but they, them, we've got it. And I definitely agree that Sam should not be going through any of this like body shaming. I mean, for example, like they expressed that when they were 25 on tour, they were exhausted. People, you know, were praising them and their appearance and what they were doing, but they didn't feel like themselves, which I think it is good to honor who you are, but also not to be influenced by like, I don't know, the bad parts of the industry. Honestly, I think it's more productive to ask Sam specifics about their performance and some of these clues, opposed to trying to berate them on their body and, you know, them wanting to wear a little corset and do all that.
Sam Smith just proved they sold their soul to the devil. Oh, we need to talk about this. Okay, so everyone right now is talking about Sam Smith's Grammy performance, specifically on if it was really a performance or more of a satanic ritual. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit and just tell me if you notice anything weird. Okay. So clearly they were taking the song Unholy very literally, but there are a lot of weird coincidences that make people think that this was a ritual. Starting off with the number of dancers. If you count, he had 10 backup dancers, 11 including himself. And if you didn't know, 11 is a very important number in Satanism, because Satanism all started with the 11 satanic rules of the earth. And if you didn't know, Anton LaVey is the founder of Satanism, and a lot of people were saying that they looked very similar, horns and all. And the cherry on top is Sam Smith very clearly made this motion, which if you did not know is the hand signal for 666.
Now, we've seen a lot of celebrities put up the 6 symbol. We've seen Lady Gaga do it. We've seen a lot. And it's supposed to be a reference to the 3 6s, which is 666. So definitely not a good symbol to see. And this kind of like controversy, yeah, it's got people talking. It's got people maybe streaming, but it's also got people turning against you. And Sam Smith has even, you know, like had some of these like encounters in person where people have come up to them and told them like, hey, I don't appreciate what you've been doing.
You belong in hell! Sam Smith belongs in hell! You demonic, twisted, sick bastard! Leave the kids alone, you sick fucker!
What's your first record?
Sam Smith is a pedophile! He's corrupting up the kids! Grooming the kids! You sick motherfucker, Sam Smith! You're evil!
Now, I don't think harassing anyone in public is okay under any premise. Like, she sounds a little bit unhinged there. And yeah, I don't really like that. But I want to hear what you guys think of Sam Smith. Do you think they've gone down the dark road of like Satanism? Do you think that they are trying to influence our society? Because I think it is important to be aware. While some of this is like, you know, a little bit like unserious, there is some parts that are very serious. And I've talked to people who have been in the music industry and they've told me like, yeah, the Satan part is very real. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Stay safe and protect your souls. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.